Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Nile Dusdieker from the Eastern Iowa Orchid Society, who makes an annual pilgrimage to KCCK. Actually, now comes to KCCK all the time. We see you a lot, and of course, you and Lois were at Jazz Under the Stars, I think, pretty much every week this year. So we see you a lot, but we usually only hear you on the Culture Crawl.
Yeah. Well, thank you
once a year.
Thank you very much. No, we love KCCK, and I'll tell you, Jazz Under the Stars was really special this year. Really was.
Yeah, it was. It was great. Our crowds were huge. I think everybody had a good time, and I want to also thank you again, as we did during the fund drive, for you and Lois doing the matching grant for new members. That was a big part of our success for the fund drive, and can't do it without people like you. So thanks.
Yeah, well, we encourage support for KCCK. We're getting ready for our orchid show.
Yes, but now we're going to pivot.
Yeah.
Pivot from music to orchids, because you are a nationally known orchid grower and judge and leading member of our local Orchid Society, and every year put on a big show.
That's right. And this year, Orchids Are a Scream 2025 is the 12th show that we've put on. It is at a new location this year, and it's important that we get the word out on that. It's at the Radison Hotel, which is right across from Knoll Ridge Park.
On Collins Road.
On Collins Road, 1200 Collins Road, northeast. Yeah. And it's the day after Halloween. We still have a Halloween theme for the show, but it is November 1 and November 2 this year, primarily because if we don't want to conflict with Hawkeye games.
Right. Yeah. And so this is your main, local area show. I know you travel all over the Midwest and the country doing orchid shows, but because of the high profile that you and Lois have, and that our local Orchid Society has, you got a lot of traffic and vendors and collectors coming from all over the Midwest. It's not just a local thing.
No, it's really a fun show. It's free. It is very user-friendly. I mean, you can walk in, handicap-friendly, if you will. And I think you can park around the back of the hotel, and there's an entrance at the back, and it'll walk you right close to the ballroom. But we have 7 orchid societies coming from around the Midwest. We have people coming from Minnesota. We've got a couple coming from Wisconsin. We have another one here in Iowa, Central Iowa Society. And, of course, we have societies from Illinois. It's a friendly competition. When you come to the show, you set up a display. You try to present the orchids that are blooming that you have in a aesthetically pretty size. And usually it's judged by the various judges as to the quality of the flowers, the variety of the flowers, because there's an awful lot of different genera of orchids, and to the arrangement of the exhibit. Then in addition to that, we have 2 vendors from Chicago that will bring a lot of orchids for sale. And they're reasonably priced. These vendors have been with us for a long time, and they bring good things at a reasonable price, and they'll talk to you about growing. And then we have a lady, Fridays, from the Iowa City area that does embroidery, and she does beautiful things, and she specializes in orchids for our show. So that's kind of the basis of the show. We do orchid judging on Saturday morning, and we try to get that done before the show opens at 10. And the judging is ribbon judging. We give out ribbons for various classes of orchids and what we think is the best. And then we do national judging, which is the American Orchid Society judging. And usually we have anywhere from 5 to 12 AOS awards, at least in years past. And that's really fairly prestigious. That really is special because those orchids, to get that award, have to compete nationally and in some cases internationally with awards that have already been given to that orchid.
You could look at these and go, according to the criteria, none of these orchids,
That's
unfortunately, qualify for that national award, but we have up to a dozen.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it depends. There's no guarantee this year we'll have
Sure.
any.
Yeah.
And it's getting tougher and tougher because the American Orchid Society is sponsoring clubs and shows internationally. They have 2 shows that I know of in Colombia. I judged one of them. They have shows, well, we had shows in Ecuador. They judge shows in the Far East. So when you do that, then if you have an orchid that got an award and you're exhibiting the same orchid, you're going to have to compare it with those from around the world.
So you're qualified as one of these judges.
I am.
So in Colombia or Ecuador, how different are the orchids than what we see in the northern climes?
Well, it's really quite interesting because, orchids in a particular country are endemic. That's where they normally grow. And to see the size and the quality of those orchids, I mean, it's awfully hard to reduplicate that here unless you're in a big botanic garden or so. So it sets a different standard, but then it also sets a standard to strive for. So that's fun. But you don't have to be hung up in the orchid awards or the judging. I mean, it's just a fun show to see, and there's beautiful plants, and there's people to talk to. Our members will be rotating around and answering questions and how do I grow this? Why don't I want to use 3 ice cubes? Things like that.
Oh, right. Yeah, we've had the ice cube conversation in the past. Well, and the best smelling event of the year, definitely.
That's true. That is very true.
November 1st and 2nd, new location, the Radison Hotel on Collins Road Northeast in Cedar Rapids. You mentioned that admission is free. If someone were to go and decide they wanted to buy an orchid and take care of it, of course, you can answer all their questions right there. But what's a good beginner orchid?
Well, I think most people like the Phalaenopsis. And, you can see those in some of the big box stores. The difference is if you don't find one when they first put it out on the shelf, they usually are not very well taken care of.
Oh, yeah, there's no telling how long it's been sitting there waiting for you.
Well, and the other issue is that it may not have a name. And it's nice to have an orchid or an orchid hybrid, most of those are hybrids, that have a specific name. Then you can, if you're interested, you can research the parents. And
so most orchids that people would buy at your show, you can actually trace the genealogy of them.
Absolutely.
Wow.
No, the
how far
orchids,
does it go? How far does the average genealogy of an orchid go back? Are we talking, 10 years, 100 years?
Well, it's interesting. I have a blue or bluish Cattleya. It's like a Cattleya blooming right now. And it was made by Sir Jeremiah Coleman in England around the turn of the century, in the 1900s.
So well over 100 years ago.
And that particular one of the parents of that orchid has been used widely in hybridization. And you can get primary hybrids, which would be 2 species put together, and they're going to look sort of halfway between the 2 species. But you go out 5, 6, 8 generations and put in a bunch of different species or hybrids, and you just get some really remarkable things. And in the U.S., we have growers and vendors professionally that are doing some amazing things with hybridization. So yeah, the genealogy can go back several generations.
Well, I love to get into the weeds, so to speak, on things like this because I am just always fascinated with the background of collectors and collections and things like this. But the bottom line is you can walk into the orchid show and go, that's a pretty one. I'll take that one. And that is perfectly good.
That's absolutely right. And you can come into the show, you can bring family and friends and kids, and they can just look at things and say, ooh, that's nice.
Well, you can see and smell and appreciate orchids literally from all over the world at the Eastern Iowa Orchid Show, which is November 1st and 2nd, Radison Hotel, Northeast Cedar Rapids, and admission is free.
And doors open at 10 o'clock each day.
Saturday and Sunday. If people want more information, Nile, about the society or the event, what's your website?
Eastern Iowa Orchid Society.org.
Okay. All right. Well, as always, good luck with it, and always great to see you, and hope you have a great time at the show.
Oh, we hope folks will come. It's always a fun time. Thank you.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.